Hey, what's going on, my friends? My name's Anthony, and I'm the training specialist for Henry's Camera. And my job is to make videos in store and at home. And I've gone through a number of variations of this set right here at home, but finally landed on this. And today we're going over all the 6 lights that make this happen. So let's dive in. So when you're thinking about building any kind of YouTube studio, you have to consider the room that you're going to be shooting in. And what's going on here is you got some out of focus kind of goodness happening in the background here. This is a small bedroom turned into a home office, and I shoot with the camera facing into the room, but I also moved to a full frame camera about a year ago just to blur that background as much as I can and get that pro look. Plus, it kind of hides the mess that happens like right back here. I'm always kind of shooting products on that back table and such. Things can get pretty messy. If you blur the background as much as you can, it'll reduce some of those distractions. Mirrors are also a good idea to include into your background as well, as long as you can angle it in a way that doesn't show the set in frame. I added one here on purpose because it kind of creates those reflections in the background of the lights that I have right here, right? And this is just a really clever way to make it seem like there's a lot more lights back there than there actually is. But before we get to those, let's start with the main light. So my main light here is the Aperture 120D Mark II, and I've had this light for a really long time. It's positioned at about 10 o'clock, and at the bottom of that softbox is actually higher than my head, so the light kind of falls down onto me. Biggest mistake I see people make is lighting themselves kind of too low, making themselves kind of look like they're in like a horror movie. So keep it above your head and off to the side. Add some contrast on that side of your face. Maybe the female audience members, they might want less shadow on their face. I would just move it closer, keep it above your head, but maybe at about 12 o'clock, and that creates butterfly lighting or beauty lighting. So you can kind of play with the positioning of that light. I like it at about 10 o'clock. It gives you some contrast on the side of my face, shapes that face a little bit, so you can kind of season to taste. So the next light we need is a hair light. So this is kind of overkill, but I'll tell you why I bought this light. It was those damn Church Street kids down in that 185 studio. They have the P300C that anyone can come in and use. It's a bicolor, fully RGB panel that's super powerful. I used it a few times in our Church Street store, and I was like, man, this light can do anything. So I bought it. It rarely goes over to 20%, and it's set to 3,800 degrees Kelvin, so it's kind of slightly warm to match these lights right here. But it's kind of nice to know that you just have one light in your arsenal that can literally do just about anything. This light I might use for like bigger budget shoots for like outside work. It could also get rained on, it's durable, and it is one of the best LED lights that you can get for the money. But that being said, it does cost about the same as a mid-tier camera, so you gotta be invested, and I understand that this light isn't for everyone. A hair light could easily be done with a tube light, just out of frame on a C-stand with an arm, but you only live once, right? So it's kind of awesome to just own this. If you go down to 185 Church Street, you can see it there. This light was worth every penny. Next, let's turn on a practical light. So this warm lamp right here, this is always just kind of something that just add a little bit of interest. Movies, they kind of put a lamp in frame and then try and light the subject with another light to make it seem that the lamp is lighting the subject. But in my set right here, it's just kind of adding that warm kind of vibe, contrasting the blue light coming from the window over here, and it kind of fills in this pocket that would otherwise just be slightly over or underexposed, so it kind of just adds a little pop of interest. So next up, we have these other 3 lights that are also in the background in that bookshelf there. These are just other points of interest. These are Aperture MCs. I use these a lot just to add that warm glow in the room, and it just makes this Kenko Black Mist filter pop a little bit. This Cine Bloom style filters need that light to kind of hit the frame or just be in frame to create this like bloomy effect that you see like right here, right? It just adds that warm feeling. It makes the filter pop a little bit. And then the mirror is strategic right here as well. You can see it actually making those reflections. It just makes it seem like there's more lights in here when really there's just only 3 on this side here. So that's something to think about. This one is the bonus light. I guess you can call it a light here because this is window light happening right here. So many people are going to be like, why would you need all these lights if you have a window right there, right? Window light is super inconsistent and it limits the time of day that you could actually record. Sometimes I close those black curtains back there altogether because at about 4 or 5 o'clock, the sun just starts blasting in and hitting my white cabinet here. So if I have lights that I can actually control, I can get a very consistent look in this room. And that is exactly what I want when creating a YouTube studio. I want this to look almost identical every time I sit down and go to record a video. So that is 6 lights that make up my YouTube studio. And if you like this video, let us know by hitting the like button and subscribe to the Henry's channel while you're down there. My name is Anthony, and I'll see you in the next one.